Hey everybody, call me Felix, and today we're enjoying a wonderful 4-course meal at a French/New American bistro and patisserie at Greenbelt 2 in Makati, Bizu Patisserie. We enjoyed a sumptuous meal at not-so-outrageous prices that featured salmon and caviar, a lobster roll, a roast beef French dip style sandwich, and the highlight main course here was the 10-hour roasted beef belly, slow cooked in a house special blend until achieving that melt-in-your-mouth texture. Because this is a French patisserie, we had to try some of their decadent desserts on offer, including a lineup of macaroons, a truffle pyramid that costs almost 100 pesos, and a chocolate Samba Cake. If all this sounds good on paper, we can vouch that our meal at Bizu Patisserie was really good. But was it knockout worthy? Well, keep watching for our complete review on Bizu Patisserie in Makati. Enjoy! Alright everyone, we are at Bizu Patisserie. This is on like the really hip part of Greenbelt where there's some neat outdoor seating, and then inside here, really posh, really, you know, well, how would we say this? Very chic.
Yes, right? Very chic.
It's and it's good for people watching. Yeah, mainly. Yeah, exactly.
Huge
exactly.
window.
Huge windows. Exactly. Like,
not a lot of people are walking around.
No, it's Friday at around like before 12. But we're hungry because we woke up late again eating breakfast. Okay, so we ordered up a few things here, and of course, it being a patisserie, they have baked goods, and they're what the specialty is. So here's some really good-looking artisanal bread that they give complimentary with some butter. But we ordered this. This is salmon, and so underneath there's some salmon, and then there's some caviar. Yeah, cream cheese, dill. So this one looks really, really good. So we're gonna probably take a little bit of this bread. We don't know yet. And then just try it. But this one really draws fancy here because there's caviar in there.
Ooh la la, caviar.
Yeah. This is 650 pesos. So don't freak out, everyone. This is not like Osiatra caviar, where it's like, you know, like really freaky prices. Okay. Oh, you do the honors, JP.
So
go ahead.
I go ahead and squeeze this on top?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. Caviar. So underneath, there's some, I think, smoked salmon?
Smoked salmon with cream cheese and dill.
Cream cheese and dill. Very
And
classic
caviar.
pairing, of course.
Okay.
So they have, I would classify this as more New American rather than like totally French. Although you'll find things like French onion soup on there, on the menu. They have lobster rolls, which we got, and also French dip sandwich, which is not French at all. It's American. So, like I said, despite the name, there's with the savory items, they're more, I would call them New American with French influence.
Okay.
Ooh la la. Okay.
Wow.
So here we have some layers of salmon. Of course, there's some caviar on top. On baguettes. Sliced baguette. Alright, let's give this one a try. Baguette is a really crunchy baguette. And then more of that. Of course, because we're talking about caviar, there's like a textural thing. I don't really get a lot of popping though on mine. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you eat caviar, there's like, it's like eating Pop Rocks a little bit. Yeah. But the saltiness is really muted, and then that salmon, I wouldn't call it like super smoky.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good though. It's not too salty.
It's not too salty. It's very refined.
Yeah, and that
Nothing.
lemon gives it that freshness that it needs.
Yep. Yeah, it is quite good.
I think I need to spread it out more on yours. I think I just need it to be spread out more.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta spread that over on that bread. Yeah. That looks good. And of course you got some cream cheese and dill, so that kind of gives it more creaminess. It's like eating like really like refined salmon butter. That's how I would describe it. I don't get a ton of herbaceousness though from the dill.
Yeah, it's not overly bearing for herbaceousness.
No, it isn't.
You can really taste the salmon.
But you can really taste the salmon. The caviar really just accents the salmon, I would say. But it's a very well balanced dish, salmon caviar. Nice crunchy baguette too. Yeah, it's a good opener. Very brunch-like too, to be having this in the beginning of the meal. And that lemon doesn't really, you know, that little bit of citrus doesn't overdo it either. So like I said, really balanced.
Really well balanced, yeah.
So if you don't really love, like, you know, too much smoke, like the smokiness of the salmon or like the gaminess, there's really not that. And then the caviar, if you don't like the, if you're turned off by like the gristle kind of texture of caviar, and again, it's not like pop rocks or anything like that. It feels really smooth when you put all the components together. That caviar just very smooth. I don't really get much of gristle effect here. Okay, we're gonna move on to our mains, our sandwiches and our mains. They have a 10-hour beef belly here. Roast beef belly. That's the signature item here of the savory stuff.
10 hours.
Yeah. But we couldn't resist getting sandwiches of our own. So French dip and a lobster roll. Again, very American actually.
Yeah.
We're not gonna review the bread. Okay, I'm just gonna say it feels really, you know, fluffy, airy. It's got a good crust, so I already know it's gonna be really good. But we're not gonna eat too much of that yet. Okay, sandwiches have arrived. Now, this over here is the roast beef French dip sandwich, which doesn't really have a French dip. That's more of the sauce for the 10-hour beef belly to come. Let's see what it looks like. It kind of looks like a panini. There's caramelized onions, and then there's bits of beef on there. Yeah, roast beef.
And then horseradish.
Some horseradish, yeah. So it's all in
It's
there.
really nice though. It's good.
Almost looks like a panini. There's a side salad. And then this is a lobster roll with fries. Yeah. And let's take a look at how much lobster do we have here. Is it packed full of lobster?
It looks like it is.
Yeah. Or like, did they put one whole tail in here? Well,
I think it's claw.
huh? Oh, it's claw instead. Oh, okay. Let me see. Kind of looks more like tail. But yeah, that's definitely the claw here. Might be just a bunch of claw meat. Okay. Once we open it, it cannot shut. Cannot shut. Okay. And then it's on a brioche bun. Okay, let's give that a try. I have to get another bite of this. Well, the reason why for me is that with lobster rolls, you need enough creaminess in there. I like the fact there's a lot of meat in here, but otherwise it's just like lobster claw or tail on brioche, right? Brioche is nice. Not toasted too much. It's soft, still pillowy, but I want a little more creaminess myself. I'm gonna have to bite more to the center of the sandwich, I think, to really get an accurate review.
This is your 10-hour roast beef. Split into two.
Oh, it's split into two.
And the sauce. Gawin na lang. Order is complete. Thank you po.
Awesome, thank you. Okay. Yeah, the meat is good. I wish there was a little more of a little more mayo actually, like a little more mayo, a little bit more of like a paprika sort of thing, or herbs. I think there are more herbs on this side. Okay, let me try to move this side. Yeah,
for me, could use a little more mayo and dressing. You want to try it? But other than that, I like the lobster. Got a little bit of a spring, which just shows you that it's fresh. Sweet. Brioche is really well done. I really like that. Yes, needs more creaminess.
I think I get why they did that. It's so you can taste more of the lobster. They didn't want to mask it. But,
That's true.
But it does need something else, yeah.
Yeah, it needs it a little more. So it's basically it's good. It's basically a really safe lobster roll. But I love the freshness of course, the biggest part of the rubric, I guess, or the one weight that I would probably give is just like the fresh meat and then the really good bread. So just needs a teensy bit more oomph. I feel a little more creaminess, a little more of like something like paprika. I think would go with this. Okay, let me try some fries. Yeah, it's got good outside, moist inside. So yeah, good enough. All right, I'm gonna try this French dip sandwich. Is that the au jus?
It's au jus.
Okay, you need to get this in here like that. Yeah, really cover that. A real French dip sandwich. There we go. Like I said, it's kind of like a panini. That bread. But I really love like the horseradish. That horseradish flavor and the caramelized onions really
That
accent
bite,
that
right?
beef really well. I really love that bite. Yeah, that bite of the horseradish. Not too much, but it's definitely there. Definitely there. So I think it's a good sandwich too. I mean, for me, I would probably just call it a panini. But yeah, really, really nice. So the sandwiches, quite good, really good. I'm gonna be a little more partial on the roast beef myself, but again, if they nailed it with the sauce just a bit more on that lobster roll, right up there, would be perfect. And then of course there's the side salad. Just for posterity, we gotta try it. Where's my fork? Some tomato. Okay, there we go.
You can tell that they used there's candied walnuts in here, but they used expensive balsamic vinegar. They didn't use the cheap stuff. It's really good.
Yeah.
Very concentrated.
Yeah, so yeah, the side salad is really good as well. Don't sleep on the side salad. Yeah, there's even walnuts here. So candied walnuts, ooh, even better. So it's kind of like more of like a Waldorf with balsamic vinegar, I guess you could say.
Wait.
Oh, there we go.
Decent,
Oh, yeah.
huh? Better with the walnuts.
But really good with the candied walnuts. Adds a little saltiness, crunch, and sweetness. Yeah, that's really good. Really good side salad. Alright, we're gonna get to our 10-hour beef belly in a little bit. Alright, so finally, main event time. This is the best-selling signature dish they have here at Bizu Patisserie, which is the 10-hour beef belly, or 10-hour roast beef belly. And then put some mushroom espagnole on top. A nice side of potato au gratin. And then some grilled vegetables on the side. And some nice bit of parsley too. I forget what this is. Looks like... Is it horseradish or no? It's just like some like cream sauce. Okay. Let's see how... Now, one thing JP and I noted was that they didn't give us steak knives. They just gave us the same old butter knife. It's been here. So is that a testament to how
Soft the beef is.
Yeah.
It's an hour.
Okay. So they actually this is one. This is actually one dish split into two. So you can get it split already without you having to do all the work yourself. So there you go. So it looks like a big slab of beef indeed. Once you put it all together. Okay.
That's a little sauce on the side there.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I guess it's like au jus, except like that's, you know, the same thing they put with the steak sandwich, but it's not really au jus because, you know, in either case, because it's kind of how shall I say, a little thick. So usually supposed to be like the consistency of soup. Well, this bottom end here
It's coming out.
is coming out. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, he's cutting it with a butter knife. And then that bottom end
It's just slipping out.
just slipped out.
So it's tender.
Mhm.
Still hard to cut with a butter knife. You know, it's really
It's
good.
still hard to cut with a butter knife, yeah. So, I mean, that's quite some confidence there, but, yeah. Anyway, we got it all some cut up already. Let's put it in some sauce already before we try it. Okay. There we go, nice and coated. Bingo. All right, let's give it a whirl. How's it? It's good. Does what it's like one of those things that you know, advertises what it says. You know, beef is tender, soft. Sauce is nice and, you know, complements well the beefiness. Yeah. Yeah, really, really tender. You're not gonna expect any bold flavor from this though, but just the taste of the beef. They're good. I'm gonna have some potato gratin. Oh, gratin, yeah. See how.
Side of horseradish right there.
Oh, there's some horseradish. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Horseradish. Let's see. I think I'll have some of that horseradish then. Because I think it needs a little something to lift it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Really good with that horseradish. Even better. But I would say, you know, it's the quality of the ingredients. I mean, what they have. I mean, here is really superb.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get. It's not really like surprising flavors, is what I was trying to tell you. But really, really good, nonetheless. And then I got a little bit of that mushroom too. Kind of, it's not like in your face umami. This is a good meaty texture, meaty flavor. Let's try the potato.
No flavor.
Now, the thing is about potatoes au gratin is you gotta have this thing like piping hot, like crazy.
And wait a little bit.
Yeah. So usually when you cool it down for a bit, what you get is just the cheese is kind of like hard to get through here. Yeah, it doesn't really have a ton of flavor. This, like the au gratin. Because usually for me, it's like that salty, cheesy goodness, like, you know, the texture with the potato. It's unbeatable. But you know, you kind of serve it on the side out of its ramekin, not really piping hot. Okay, I have some of this grilled vegetable then. Again, the produce is really good. But again, nothing that's really surprising. Nothing.
Nothing that just jumps out at you. Nothing that jumps out at you.
No, no. But again, 10-hour beef belly, really tender. Feel like, of course, it needs a little more, a different, like, it's basically something that shocks you a bit.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that you haven't tried before. It's just a well-executed dish, is what I would say. But nothing like crazy. But I'll tell you what, what I can't wait for is the macaroons. Maybe those will knock our socks off. And we got plenty of room, I think. So, yeah, I think we'll be devouring some macaroons and some truffles and whatnot. What they have back here. Yeah, I think that's really what you come for. But yeah, this is good. But it's just like, maybe that's the real knockout right there. Alright, back in a bit. Okay, I did promise dessert, and I did promise a lot of macaroons, although we were only really interested in 5, I think. So, at the top here, you have some Earl Grey. Which I think says some orange bergamot in there, and something corn in there. I forget now. There's some Malagos chocolate with 65% Davao cooked chocolate. And then, this is rose. That's what JP's more into. And then pistachio, this nice bright green. And then this is really interesting. It's basically a salted caramel macaroon that's dipped in pralines and chocolate. Sounds exciting. Now this little wonder costs 95 pesos a piece. What it is a truffle pyramid. And this one I got with caramel and of course a couverture chocolate ganache. And then we have this. This is the Samba Cake. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm gonna go clubbing after tonight if I eat this. Okay. I think it's time to have a macaroon. I don't eat macaroons with fork and knife and fork. Just dive right into it. So this looks really beautiful, like the nice appealing turquoise blue, like a light turquoise color. Right? You can see here that pastry kind of it's more like a crumbly type of texture when you get here. You can feel it's kind of laced with the sugar on the top. There. And then it's got this cream inside. I don't really get more of a chocolate bergamot. What I get really more, it's just what I suspected when I bit into this. It's kind of like a light chocolate filling there. So this really, it's not like dense and cakey. Right, it's just like macaroons generally like a bit dense, but then it's also like a pillowy softness here. This one's more on the crumbly side, as you can see here. That's good. Here, try your rose one. He's got it.
Very delicate.
Yeah. Not exactly like the cakey type.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like more of a meringue, huh?
Yeah, exactly what it is. It's more like meringue on the outside.
But it's very very subtle. It's good.
Very subtle nuttiness too, because there are almonds in the meringue.
Oh, okay.
But then that buttercream is rich without being cloying. What should I go for next? I'm gonna go with the pistachio. As you can see, like nice, attractive green here. Kind of like a lime green, but more saturated. Has more of a marzipan taste to me though. Like pistachio marzipan. It's gonna taste kind of subtle, and then that marzipan kind of kicks in at the end. Yeah, it's sugary. And you can see how delicate that crust is. Crumbles. That's more like pistachio marzipan. With the pistachio kind of taking a back seat. Okay. Next up.
Sorry po. They both put up with
This is the Malagos chocolate macaroon, made with 65% Davao cacao. Yeah, that rhymes. Okay, I'm gonna try this out now. It's just a very gentle, when I say that, but a gentle sweetness. And that's not really, it's not like super sugary like the other, like well, the pistachio and the Earl Grey weren't as, not super sugary, but they're like more sugary than this one. I think it's more like a semi-sweet chocolate from Davao, by the way. But more like a creamy milk chocolate kind of comes in middle of the tongue, midway through the bite too. Kind of just fades a bit. And the finish is quite clean as well. And last but not least, is a salted caramel macaroon. And you see one side of it is dipped in chocolate praline. I think there's some salted caramel, buttercream icing. Now, I don't know, every time I see salted caramel anywhere, on any menu, I always want to try it to see how rich it is compared to, again, a plug for the Funnel Cake Factory.
Funnel Cake Factory. You gotta try the salted caramel.
Yeah. So I always gotta compare how like a high-end establishment like this one does salted caramel. That's why I'm really more keen on trying it. And then comparing it, yeah. Okay, I gotta try this. You ever tried See's candies?
Yeah,
Like those butterscotch ones? That's what that tastes like. Yeah. With that filling.
The filling? Yes.
It's like See's candies butterscotch with a mild bit of salt. It doesn't beat our salted caramel though.
It doesn't, because it's more, it sounds more
But
of
it's
a
more of
burnt,
a cakey.
burnt flavor.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, exactly. A little more burnt. But more butterscotch for me. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Now I'll try.
We're partial to more salted caramel, but ours is really good.
Yeah, ours is really good. You have to try it, and then. Okay, I'm gonna finish this last bit with all the chocolate in there, the praline, just to complete it. Yeah, it has more like a burnt toffee, See's candy butterscotch flavor, and then that chocolate and the nuttiness kind of get the burnt flavor, kind of it tones it down. So I like that combination. Again, really refined.
That rose is very light. Very, very light in flavor. So yeah, compared to that salted caramel, which is really intense flavor. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice. I think I'm gonna try this Choco Pyramid next. Because this is also on the theme of caramel and chocolate. Privative chocolate. I don't know how you attack this. I'm just gonna bite the pyramid top here. Whoa! I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but it's, yeah, it's gushing with filling. This is a different type of caramel taste compared to that macaroon. Because this caramel is less like See's Candy's butterscotch. And more like, how can I compare it to something? It really tastes like a good, well-made, like chocolate caramel. Like,
Is
like,
it worth the price?
worth a 95? That's, but the filling inside is kind of liquidy. Just a little bit. Kind of gushes out with chocolate flavor.
You know the outside of that color? It's now on your lips.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I guess I guess it's worth it for that price, right? Kind of get a little more mocha tone to your own lips. Okay. I'm gonna try this. Finish this out. Yeah, it's more about like the rich. It's more or less about the rich creaminess of the caramel.
Did you try anything on the sugarless menu?
The sugarless is the truffle. That's a truffle. But yeah, that one gets messy real quick. I'll tell you that much.
But is it worth it?
For 95 pesos? I want that to be a little more thick.
You remember the truffles we had at Okada?
Yeah.
Do they compare to that, or is it better? Is it worse? What's your say?
The truffles at Okada. Nah, truffles at Okada are better.
Okay.
But I mean, you can't compare them because they're different, like a different form. One of those things. Oh, we do need this. My bad. Lastly, we're gonna try the Samba Cake.
This is one of their best sellers.
It's like all kinds of good old. Let's see the chocolate bar there. So this is Valrhona chocolate. Valrhona? That's like more like a brand, but I think it's more like a process. But whenever I guess it's kind of either or. I guess when you take it from like the French, it probably means like it came from the Rhone Valley. Value chocolate, yeah. But I think it more or less refers to like a style of chocolate. Kind of like how couverture chocolate describes a certain kind of chocolate, where of a certain sweetness, let's say. Yeah, so to extricate the thing, huh?
Perfect bites.
The perfect bites of chocolate. What stuff? Okay, the direct one. Yeah, it's perfect. Look at that layer of mousse. On top of more mousse. That luscious icing. And oh, my fork is still in here. Whoops. Let's start those ones. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
Let's go. Okay. And let's go. It's a really smooth mousse. I think the chocolate's not as decadent though. As far as like, how like the type of refined chocolate, there's kind of like how like at the end, it's almost like what you get is like that full-on milky creaminess, and then the chocolate kind of like stands up to that.
Yeah.
I don't really get that here. It's more mellow. Wouldn't you say?
We had something like this in
Okada.
And that was really good.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
this is good too, but not
It's lacking-
I shouldn't compare, but
Well, it's inevitable.
yeah, it's inevitable because it tastes and looks the same.
But that was like flourless chocolate.
Yeah.
This one just feels very like you get basic. It's like, I don't want to say it because you guys might not have tried the Okada Valrhona chocolate mousse. I don't want to say like, oh my gosh, it's 75% of that. What does that mean? But what I can tell you is that mousse, there's a good like nice robust chocolate flavor, but kind of is mellow throughout the entire bite. If you've tried other more decadent couverture chocolate cakes or Valrhona chocolate cakes, you'll know exactly what I mean.
So if you ever had a dessert and you're like totally thinking that it's so sinful, like, oh my god, it's so good, sinful, that's the Okada one. This one is good, but it doesn't leave you like thinking, oh my goodness, why am I eating this?
Like an
Shouldn't be
absolute
eating
flavor
that.
bomb kind of thing.
This is good.
Yeah. Not too sweet. Again, it's kind of like they played it safe. A lot on these things. I have no idea. But yeah, to me it just tastes luxurious. It's just like, it's like comparing like a Ferrari, like an Okada thing, with like a BMW. There you go.
Still great cars, right?
Yeah, they're still great cars, and this is still great cake.
Yeah.
Right? But kind of aiming for different things, I guess you could say.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
It really is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you get more of like that milk chocolate mousse, has like more of that creamy sweetness, and then the chocolate is robust without being like too robust. It's more mellow. That's the best way I can describe it. But it's really, really good.
Delicious.
If you hadn't had anything like this before, you'll be wowed by it. If you've had this before at other places, maybe not so much. That's how I would say. Okay, I'm gonna take that last bite, and then let's wrap it up on Bizu Patisserie.
And that about does it for our meal review at Bizu Patisserie. We have plenty of food adventures around Metro Manila as well as Bohol and Tagaytay still to share. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and that helps a lot. And better yet, subscribe for more of our food and travel adventures to come. Until the next time, keep cool but care, and remember, the empire never ended.